We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Miami. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ready, shot.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
It's safe. Go ahead.
Here's Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That is incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Firing in that time, it was Nick Herbig. Credit him with a sack.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Back deep for KC, Xavier Worthy. And this will be blown dead right around the 25-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. His throw, a good one, and it's caught. And this works to perfection. The double pass leads to a touchdown. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
There's the former Chief, man they watched for years, Tyreek Hill. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Go ahead.
They'll run for it with Achane. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Now Tua. And he fires one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Ready.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Long.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. He's got his target. That's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll run with Marshall. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tavares King with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Flushed out right. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he goes out right around the 39. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Tua. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Looking to pass. Tua. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
44, ready.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught. It's the rookie from Clemson. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at him.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 77 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Now Marshall. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tavares King making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
21G, 21G.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. He goes right back to Green. He's got it complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Up the middle, Achane. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Forced out to his left. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
Tua going to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Get set. Long.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. And that's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Sanders' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Mahomes going to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
43, 15.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Yellow. Hey, 43.
Now Mahomes. He's got a man. That's Marshall. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Now 2nd and 3. And here's Marshall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Yeah, the Chiefs are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tavares King now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker. That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call.
If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. Eluding the pressure right. And this one's going to sail on him a bit. And it's incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes fighting, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. And it looks like the defense has got it. And he is going to be tackled at the 1-yard line. What a mess that was. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And that will be incomplete.
In today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle they go. It's Marshall. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
It's a big play there for Miami. 43 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 27. Here's Tua. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he's got it. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tavares King from 10 yards out. And the Chiefs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
On 3rd down, Achane. And he will have a first down here before he gets banged down to the turf pretty hard.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On play action, here's Tua. Going underneath to the tight end Green. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From midfield, here's Tua. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
44, ready.
Now Tua. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand. Back
now in Miami. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here. Butker now to kick this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Go ahead.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. Yeah, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Solo left side. Yeah, hit it. 21G.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Turbo 1, high. Scat.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught inside the 15. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. On target over the middle to Hill. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
Get set.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Achane. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 6-yard line.
Get set.
From the gun, it's Tua. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Looking to pass. Tua. Eluding the pressure right. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4, and the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage.
2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
They were just trying to give their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. For Marshall, that's complete.
And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Now a give right side. Marshall.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 103 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They run the counter. It's Marshall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Mahomes going to throw it here. He'll buy some time right.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Jalen Phillips in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Flush to his right. He's got a man, complete.
And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 35. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement.